back, Gothic lovers. We're back in the new camp. So we left the earlier video right up here at the bar. Now we're gonna enter the bar because we're gonna pose as a scraper.
And where do you want to go?
Why, in there?
Forget it. Silas only wants to see scrapers and rogues in his bar.
I'm a scraper, and I'm thirsty.
You look like one of those filthy rats. Come on in.
And just like that, we avoided paying 100 ore to get in.
You only let in rogues and scrapers?
We don't mind the Sect brothers either. But apart from that, nobody gets in here.
There must be something about that story after all.
How's the schnapps business going?
Go in and ask Silas. We can't complain.
Okie dokie. Now let's see, what do we have here? We have some people. So the person we wanna really talk to is this old guy right here. But first, we're gonna lockpick everything we can. So we have some schnapps, some rice, and some water. Okie dokie. More loot for the loot god. Okay, Jeremiah.
What are you doing?
I'm making rice schnapps, boy. Here, have a bottle, but don't tell Silas.
Thought that had been cleared up ages.
How's the distillery going?
I can hardly keep up with these guys. Man, can they drink. That's a good thing, really. While I'm busy, the Rice Lord's lapdogs leave me alone.
What can you tell me about the Rice Lord?
He's a damn swine. His thugs pick on the weak and force them to work in the fields. The only one who could stand up to him is Horatio, but he doesn't do violence. Well, I did once hear him say he'd love to smash the Rice Lord's head in, but he'd never really do it. It'd go against his beliefs.
And with that, we can actually go back, talk to Horatio, and present him a good argument on why he should teach us to be stronger. And he's gonna give us 5 full strength points, which is basically half a level when it comes to how many skill points you can spend, which is awesome. So these are chests that basically have no ownership flag, which is precisely why we can lockpick them. And we're gonna come back to this area later. Right now, we want to get revenge and justice for the peasants who are brutalized by the Rice Lords and his thugs. So we're gonna go back to Horatio, and then we're gonna try to kick Lefty's ass. And by that I mean, hopefully we'll make it. Now, there is something that is slightly bothersome, and that is, are the shadows acting up again? Let's see, shadow strength is 0.90, and that annoys me. I really have no idea why the game does that, why it constantly shifts the shadows around. But anyway, okay, this is Lefty. Where's Horatio? Horatio should be around here. Did you move around a bit? Where are you, my boy? Horatio? Where art thou, Horatio? Now, normally these NPCs are actually... Aha! So you're not static. Okay, let's save the game.
I've been thinking the whole thing over.
And? Have you thought of anything better?
Yes, I want to be able to take on the Rice Lord and his thugs.
Ah, you wouldn't be the first to try.
I will defeat the Rice Lord and his thugs, if you help me.
Good. I've sworn I'll never attack anyone again, but I never said I wouldn't teach anyone else to do it.
I'm all ears.
If you want to hit powerfully, you need to know the right tactics. That's the first thing you learn as a smith. Learn to push your whole arm through, from the shoulder down to the wrist. The better you get at that, the more powerful the blow. You'll get the hang of it pretty quick.
Thanks for your help.
Use your knowledge for a just cause, and for nothing else.
That is exactly what we want to do. Now, the first thing we're going to do is learn how to heal up a bit. What do we need? 10 more hit points. I think we're going to eat some rice for that. Okie dokie. Now, because we're way stronger, we have 20 points of strength, which is awesome. We're gonna try to tell Lefty to piss off. Okay, attempt number 5.
From now on, you can carry the water yourself.
Oh, have you got better plans? I think I'll have to remind you who's the boss.
Put the weapon away.
Are you easy? Everything's all right.
Slowly, slowly, you've won.
So we're backing away, so Lefty won't aggro the Rice Lord when we're fighting him. Yes, we managed to kick Lefty's ass. And we can get his weapons as a reward. And now we're gonna heal up again. And then we're gonna kick the Rice Lord's ass as well. And probably all of his thugs in the process. Okay, we can need one more of those. Awesome, so we managed to kick Lefty's ass, finally, after only 5 failed attempts. And now we're gonna try to kick the Rice Lord's ass as well. And we're gonna try to do this. What do we have? A Bloodfly Sting, which does...
Sad performance.
Okay.
A tiny gust of wind and he would have toppled over anyway.
The Rice Lord has a Ring of Life. Cool. Now, let's kick the asses of his thugs as well, shall we?
Let's see how good they are.
No sweat. When I was young, men were tough.
Okay, that's thug number 3.
You'll be sorry for that.
Okay. And thug number 4 is just up here. Let's heal up a bit. Eat a couple of grilled meats.
Something happened?
It's been decided.
I didn't see a thing.
You
So,
won't have much time to be sorry for
a
it.
cool thing that happens is when you kick somebody's ass in this game, their behavior changes entirely. So if you draw a weapon on them, they're gonna pretend they don't see you, or they will back away. You see how worried this guy is right now?
You won't have much time to be sorry for it.
Oh, and if we're gonna pull a bow on him, yep, that's he's gonna run away
Something happened?
because he's
I
terrified.
didn't see a thing.
Okay, so we can save the game finally. Let's talk to the Rice Lord, see if he has anything to say.
I'm not listening to all that.
But first, let's talk to the Lefty.
How are you, my friend?
Oh man, what do you want?
The peasants look thirsty.
I'll see to it, don't worry.
So we used our knowledge for a just cause. Now,
You looking for trouble with me again?
alternatively, you can actually kill Lefty.
What are you doing here?
I'm working for the Rice Lord. If you need something, ask Lefty.
Kidaki, do you have anything to say?
You looking for trouble with me again?
Wait, we
You
still have
looking for...
the same
Lefty
dialogue
said-
option.
Oh, yeah?
I'm to bring the peasants some water.
Right. There's about...
Yep. So that is a persistent bug. So we completed water carrier for Lefty. Now let's see how much experience we have. We have... Okay, we need almost 2,000 more experience points in order to level up and become a master archer. So this is what I'm proposing. Before we can continue questing, we're gonna kill some mobs left and right. Let's eat some meat bug ragu a la snuff. We're gonna kill some mobs left and right. Damn, those are some really loud frogs. Still, good sound design. We're gonna kill some mobs, level up, become a master archer. And then we're gonna go back to speaking to some folks in the old camp and also in the new camp. And I just love how the water current just pulls you in after a certain point. So let's see, it's 5:26 p.m. So I'm thinking we can use our longbow. We have 300 arrows, which is a healthy number. We can use our longbow to go down here, and we're gonna explore a little area in this little valley. So we have some plants to pick up. Good, good, good. And we have some goblins in front of us. Now, goblins in small numbers are actually no problem. When there's a ton of goblins, that's when you have issues. Fortunately, we have a longbow. So the way archery works in this game, by the way, is that you simply right-click a target, and the game basically calculates whether or not you're hitting based on a couple of variables. The first variable is obviously distance to target. So these goblins being very close to us should be no issue in killing them. And you could say we're cheesing them at this point, but then again, that goblin, if he really wants to, he can climb up. So kill a few goblins, we're gonna get their clubs. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, there might be a few more goblins inside. Now, we can always climb up here, just so we can get back to safety. Now the question is... Okay, there's a couple of black goblins on the left. Let's see if we can just kill these couple of goblins. Oof, that was a close one. That was a really, really close one. 6 hit points left. So yeah, black goblins, they hit hard, man. Seems that Lurker is having some fun with the goblin in the distance. Let's heal up quickly and see if we can... No, too late for that. Okay. Could we potentially... Nah. We shouldn't waste a firebolt on just that. But I really want to aggro these couple of lizards. So we're just trying to get some really quick experience. Can I... Okay, perfect. We just managed to aggro these couple of lizards. And what we really could use right now is a better weapon, a weapon that requires ideally 20 strength and does way more damage. Now we have a bloodfly sting right now, which does 26 damage, which is exactly the same damage this scepter does. We really need some upgrades. Now there is a awesome upgrade in an area normally you shouldn't be able to access early on. We will go to that area eventually. It's an old mountain fortress which carries a very powerful hammer. So we have a lurker right up here. I wonder if we could potentially kill this lurker. Yes. That was perfect timing right there. Exactly as his attack animation was about to finish, we managed to kill him. So let's see what's up in this little cave. From what I remember, there should be nothing interesting right here. It's a poker, a mana potion, and a simple wooden spoon. Yeah, generally the good loot is found in dangerous areas, and these areas aren't that dangerous for us right now. So we're gonna go into the little forest that's normally near the beginning of the starting area, and we're gonna clear this entire forest out. Now, normally this forest is pretty easy to clear out. There are only a couple of snappers around here that pose a more or less serious threat. So we have a mole rat over here, and a bloodfly that just ignored us because apparently we're not important enough. Okay, anybody else want a taste? No? Alright. So we're gonna heal up just a bit. Have 91 hit points. Let's eat another meatbag ragu. And what we're gonna basically do from this point on is try to find vantage points from which we can snipe off enemies. Now, this is a vantage point for... Come on! Okay, that's one way to handle that specific climb. Okay, now, this is normally a pretty dangerous area. And some people might say, well, you're exploiting the game, you're cheesing it. Am I though? I mean, if you really think about it, archery is all about finding yourself a nice vantage point that's hard to reach and trying to pick off targets one by one from a distance. Now, the AI might not be the best when it comes to these ledges, at least monster AI, which is everything that's not humanoid, basically. So humans or orcs or goblins are classified as humanoid, and they can climb. That ledge we were on earlier, that's climbable if it would have been an orc or a goblin, which can pose... Ooh, we can almost one-shot snapper. And we just leveled up, so we can become a master archer. Awesome. See how strong we're actually getting right now? Now we could really use a weapon upgrade, guys, at this point. What do we have here? We have a wolf. We have a couple of wolves. And we barely managed to do that fight without dying. Doesn't matter, we took some damage. We can quickly heal the damage because we have a lot of consumables at this point. We should really use the stronger stuff we have. Let's see, some Minecrawler soup. What do we have here? Raven herbs, no. Healing herbs, yeah, sure. I'll use some healing herbs, some bread. What else do we have? Let's eat some blueberries. Let's have a nice balanced diet and 15 more hit points. Perfect. Now, what do we have in this cave over here? Nothing in this cave. Disappointing, but okay. Now, one last thing we need to kill in this little forest is the wolf that initially killed us in the beginning. So, hello, Mr. Wolf. Time for some payback. So, one little, it's not really a little combat thing, but each time you back away, you get something that's called an iframe. An iframe is basically an invincibility frame. So, as the wolf is charging you, for a split second, you're actually in an invincibility frame. That invincibility frame prevents you from taking any sort of damage. So when it comes to melee combat, it might be considered a bit cheesy, if you ask me, but it's a part of the mechanics in the game. Now they fixed that in Gothic 2. You don't get invincibility frames when you back away from monsters. You do, however, parry enemies, assuming they have a weapon. So let's say you're fighting something like a goblin, and you're trying to back away from it. As you're backing away from it, you can parry his hit. But if it's something like a lurker or a wolf, you can no longer parry his attacks. Now, I am kind of on the fence when it comes to abusing iframes, because I've seen players do that a lot. And you can technically fight the strongest mobs in the game and just cheese them with iframes until the cows go home. Personally, I prefer trying to sort of balance out the fight a bit. If possible, I don't mind taking a little bit of damage, as long as we give the mobs a fair chance to hit us. Okay, and I think that's all there is for this little forest. Now it's getting late, it's 7:50. So we're gonna go back to Mr. Cavalorn, and Cavalorn is gonna teach us how to be a master archer. And I think we're gonna end the video maybe right there. Okay, so what did I want to say earlier? Yeah, invincibility frames. So when Gothic was coded, they really had some difficulty balancing out the combat design, but they eventually became better. Gothic 2 really polished a lot of mechanics and upgraded every Gothic 1 mechanic in the game. Progression-wise though, when it comes to combat at least, I think they pretty much nailed just how strong you ought to be at a certain level. And the fact that I love the most is that the entire map, with one minor exception, is basically open world. You can explore it as much as you want. The only thing that's preventing you from do so is the fact that there are stronger mobs in certain areas. For example, tomorrow I think I'm gonna show you the orc lands and just how dangerous they are really, and why you shouldn't go there unless you're level 20 or so. But because we are who we are, we obviously will go there before level 20. As I said, we're going to try to clear most of the map in chapter 1 of the game. And let's see what we can do afterwards. But for now, our main focus is learn Master Archery and try to systematically clear the map so we don't miss anything. And from time to time, we're gonna visit the old camp and the new camp, pick up some new quests and so on. So, Cavalorn, hey buddy, do you have any more arrows for me?
Show me your goods.
Now, technically, you haven't restocked your arrows yet. Okay, probably because the full day hasn't dawned before he can.
Can you teach me something about hunting?
That depends. What do you want to know?
Full day hasn't passed before he can restock his arrows, I mean. Okay, let's become a master archer.
You're a good hunter already. Now, acquire the remaining knowledge. To become a good marksman, you need to stop trying to be one. Discover the laws of the eye, tension, trajectory, and target. Always watch out and be prepared at all times. You've mastered the technique very well now. Now, go and apply your knowledge and skill.
So we're a master archer, and now we have a 30% chance to cause a critical hit, and that 30% chance is actually huge. I mean, if you guys ever play the Fallout games, for example, Fallout 1 or Fallout 2, you could actually do some sneaky builds based on critical chance alone, and you could actually pump up that critical chance to 20% or so from what I recall, which is enormous. Now, we're gonna explore this area we previously ignored. this area that has a couple of snappers. But before we're gonna do that, I think it's about time to end the video right here. Yeah, this is a pretty good point to end the video right now. So I want to wish you all a wonderful day, and if you're having one of those days, I wish you the strength and wisdom to overcome it, because sometimes just surviving, it's enough, and don't let anybody else tell you different. If you want to support the channel, feel free to visit my Patreon. Even if you don't, I'm gonna make these videos for free because I just love Gothic and RPGs in general. They're a passion project of mine, and I really want to share that with you guys. So until next time, cheers guys.